Ever since the beginning of humanity, numerous theories revolving around the origin of mankind have been proposed. One such possible theory, as per the ancient cultures, is the possibility of a historical war between the Anunnaki and the Pleiadians. And the reason behind the war was, who will control and rule over Earth? Earth is the only planet that supports life, and it continues to be a real enigma. According to science and religion, the foundations of humanity are perfectly established, but coming across the records of ancient cultures, those that existed during that time, we realize that the story is totally different. How did humanity emerge on the planet Earth in the first place? Who or what created the humans? According to many of these ancient records that support different theories, the human civilization was aided by extraterrestrial civilizations, especially by the Anunnaki and the Pleiadians. Alien races that visited the Earth in Sumerian mythology. The Anunnaki were a pantheon of good and evil gods and goddesses, duality who came to Earth to create the human race. According to some resources, these gods came from Nibiru. One of the best-known theories about human creation mention how the Anunnaki settled on Earth, developing cities and control bases. It is believed that they were extremely similar to modern humans in the aspect of physical appearance. Simply put, they were humanoid in appearance. However, the major difference between these beings and humans was their skin, which was grayish hue in comparison. Due to an ecological cataclysm on their home planet Nibiru, they had to travel to Earth in search of gold. This story is found in different ancient civilizations, especially in Sumerian mythology. The Sumerians said that a year on planet Nibiru, Asars, is equivalent in time to 3,600 years of land. The Anunnaki life expectancies were 120 SARS, which is 120x 3,600, or 432,000 years. It is believed by the theorists that the Pleiadians were unconditional beings who moved through love, wisdom, and light. The Pleiadians are believed to be much older than humanity, hence it was more developed, both spiritually and technologically. They had a greater sense of empathy, which always made them want to be in solidarity with others. However, they descended upon Earth to help humanity. Thus, we can find them in practically all the ancient cultures, where they are recorded as beings who arrive from the cluster of the Pleiades, with different names but with an almost identical history. War between the Anunnaki and the Pleiadians. Many theories in relation to this war mention that the deities that came from the heavens, referred to these beings that came from space, drove humanity to its development and later helped to come out of a slave yoke to give them freedom. The first humans, with their basic knowledge and rudimentary tools, observed the great abilities that aliens possessed and the things they were capable of doing. Sometimes, the things that were totally out of reach and understanding. Humans began to worship them as superior beings, learning from them their techniques and signifying a full stop in human history. However, the Pleiadians, being harmonious and light beings, did not agree with the slavery attitude that the Anunnaki had towards humans, which began to create differences between both civilizations. The Sumerian civilization, the first human civilization as we know it, came to an abrupt end in mid-2024 BC. It is believed that a mysterious radioactive cloud brought by the winds from the Sinai Peninsula turned out to be deadly for them. How is it possible that a radioactive cloud appeared out of nowhere, wiping out a civilization that was centuries old? The most logical answer, with our current knowledge, is that they became the victim of the ravages of a nuclear explosion. The explosion produced by the war between the Anunnaki and the Pleiadians in search of taking control of the planet. Obviously, to date, there is no record that literally mentions that there was a war in history that we have always been led to believe. However, the findings of ancient tablets and writings have given us to understand this possibility. A possibility that would fill much more voids and tie up the loose ends of traditional history. Conclusion: the cosmic war for Earth and the hidden origins of humanity. Since the dawn of civilization, humanity has sought answers to its origins. While mainstream science and religion provide their own explanations, ancient texts and mythologies tell a far more extraordinary story, one that involves interstellar visitors, genetic manipulation, and a celestial war for control over Earth. Among the most compelling theories is the idea that two advanced alien races, the Anunnaki and the Pleiadians, played pivotal roles in shaping human history, ultimately clashing in a conflict that may have altered the fate of our species. The Anunnaki, engineers of humanity? According to Sumerian mythology, The Anunnaki were godlike beings who descended from the mysterious planet Nibiru. Described as humanoid yet distinct in their grayish hue, they arrived on Earth in search of gold, a resource they needed to save their dying world. Ancient texts suggest that they genetically engineered early humans, possibly as a labor force to mine precious minerals. Their advanced technology and longevity, with lifespans spanning hundreds of thousands of Earth years, made them seem like deities to primitive humans who worshipped them as gods. The Sumerians, one of the first advanced civilizations, documented these beings in great detail, even describing Nibiru's elongated orbit, ASAR, equivalent to 3,600 Earth years. If true, this raises profound questions. Were the Anunnaki our creators? Did they leave behind knowledge that fueled the sudden rise of civilization? The Pleiadians, guardians of light and wisdom. In contrast to the Anunnaki, the Pleiadians are often depicted as benevolent beings who came from the star cluster of the Pleiades. Unlike the Anunnaki, who allegedly enslaved humans, the Pleiadians were said to operate on higher spiritual and ethical principles, guided by love, wisdom, and enlightenment. Many ancient cultures, from the Maya to the indigenous peoples of the Americas, speak of celestial teachers who brought advanced knowledge and encouraged human evolution. If the Pleiadians truly intervened, their motives appear to have been altruistic, perhaps to liberate humanity from Anunnaki control. This ideological clash may have set the stage for an interstellar conflict, one that played out not just in the heavens, but on Earth itself. The Great War, nuclear destruction, and the fall of Sumer. One of the most shocking pieces of evidence supporting this cosmic war theory is the sudden and mysterious collapse of the Sumerian civilization around 2024 BC. Ancient records describe a deadly wind or radioactive cloud that swept through the land, annihilating cities and leaving behind traces of vitrified stone, consistent with extreme heat, possibly from a nuclear explosion. Could this have been the aftermath of a battle between the Anunnaki and the Pleiadians? Some researchers point to the ancient ruins of Mohenjo-Daro in the Indus Valley, where skeletons show signs of sudden intense radiation exposure. Similarly, the biblical story of Sodom and Gomorrah's destruction by fire from heaven may be a distorted memory of such an event. The hidden truth and modern implications. Mainstream archaeology and history dismiss these accounts as myth, yet the consistency across ancient cultures is striking. If humanity was indeed shaped by extraterrestrial intervention, it would rewrite everything we know about our past. The implications are staggering. Genetic manipulation. Were humans bioengineered by the Anunnaki? Could our rapid evolution and sudden cognitive leap be the result of alien tampering? Lost technology. Did these advanced beings leave behind forgotten sciences? The precision of ancient megalithic structures suggests knowledge beyond what early humans should have possessed. The ongoing influence. Are remnants of these alien factions still active today? Some theorists believe secret societies or shadow governments may possess hidden extraterrestrial technology. Final thoughts. A mystery, yet to be solved. While skeptics demand concrete proof, the absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Ancient astronaut theorists argue that humanity's true history has been suppressed, either by time, catastrophe, or deliberate obfuscation. The stories of the Anunnaki and Pleiadians may seem like science fiction, but they persist because they offer a tantalizing alternative to conventional narratives. Perhaps one day, as archaeology advances and new discoveries emerge, we will uncover definitive proof of Earth's cosmic heritage. Until then, the debate continues. Were we created, guided, or even fought over by beings from the stars? The answer may lie buried in ruins, encoded in ancient texts, or hidden in the unexplored depths of our own DNA. One thing is certain, the mystery of our origins remains one of humanity's greatest enigmas, and the truth, if ever revealed, may be stranger than anything we've ever imagined. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. I love hearing from you. Check out more videos on the screen, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.